welcome in. Oh, you can't see the cat in the way I've cropped the video. There we go. Look, we've got a guest. Cats are very on theme for Trek, so
good evening. Hello.
Mike is looking fancy with party hat on. Assuming because it's my birthday. It might
because
just be...
it's Jarvis's birthday. Happy birthday, Jarvis.
Thanks, buddy. Love you. I love you too. I was like, if I'm assuming it's for my birthday, otherwise you just look very fancy. I like it. I like it.
I also brought shots.
Oh. Hi, John. Welcome in. Lovely to see you. So yeah, we haven't done this in like 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
No.
It's weird. I felt really weird last week. So I was away last week, guys. I was at EGX because I work in video games, so I was working at EGX. And the boys did their Star Trek Infinite stream, and I was sat there in my hotel room, and the internet kept going, and I was like, I just want to hang out with the Trek people. And the internet wouldn't let me.
I was doing great at treading water as the Cardassian. I was literally just surviving.
Don't die. I haven't played it yet. I'm really looking forward to it. I think I'm gonna play it over the Christmas holidays so that I can like actually dedicate some time to it. Because lately with work, I have no free time to game. So unless it's work games. So yeah, I want a time where I don't get like any interruptions to just sit down and build my empire. Basically, I'm gonna be evil. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna fight the Federation.
I've fallen back into Stellaris as a result.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Addy plays that. He really likes that.
It's the sort of thing where you blink and 5 hours have gone by suddenly. Like.
Yeah. That is exactly why I want to wait till Christmas to play Infinite, because I know that's what's going to happen to me. I'm going to be like, oh, it's 4 a.m. Yeah. That will happen. Welcome in, Duncan and Bubba. Thank you for the birthday cake. I appreciate it. I haven't actually had any of my cake yet, so I am
welcome in, everyone.
Yeah, vicariously eating that emoji right now. That's my cake
from sunny Cyprus.
Oh, I'm jealous, Duncan. I'm jealous. I want to be in Cyprus
here today.
Yeah, but I'm quite happy that it's cold, because I was really, really fed up with how hot it was. So I'm like, yeah, True. I'm down with the coldness. I'm good with it. At least you can warm yourself up.
I've got a PC blanket on the bed, and Chloe loves it.
Ah, so. Cute. My cat today bit me and scratched me, and then shouted at me unless I gave him attention. I had to give him attention all day, and all I was trying to do was play a little bit of Spider-Man, which I bought for my birthday, and he wouldn't let me. He was like, "No, you need to give me attention." I was like, "What is happening?"
I've been out all day today. Went to play some badminton with some friends. Then we ended up going out for lunch and a couple of drinks afterwards.
Oh, lovely!
An hour ago, so a nice cheeky Sunday. So
that's lovely. 32 degrees, Duncan. Nice. I hope you're having a nice time. So yeah, we've got lots to catch up on because we've been away. Lots has happened in the meantime. The best of which is also a reason you could be wearing a party hat, is that Prodigy has been saved. I know you all know that, but we haven't talked about it yet, and I'm so excited about it. Like, Jack posted it in the Twitter, in the Discord, and I lost my mind. I like shouted so loud down to Addy, and he was like, "What?" thinking something was wrong, and I was like, "Prodigy's been saved!" So happy. I'm slightly scared because it is Netflix, and Netflix have a history of not taking things past the second season. So that worries me a little bit, but at least it's been
depends if they're footing the bill for any of the production costs.
Yeah.
Or if CBS Paramount are still going to produce it themselves. I have a strong feeling this is the only other season of Prodigy we'll get. I don't think it's going to go past season 2. In all honesty,
I'm so sad.
I just don't feel like they've committed to it, which is a shame because it's gorgeous.
Yeah,
it's a great story, great cast. So, but I just don't feel like they're invested in it.
Unless this season gets like insane numbers, which I feel like it might do because people put so much effort into the campaigning, then maybe they'll reconsider. But you know,
maybe I don't know. I don't know if there's a lot of Star Trek still on Netflix.
No, I don't think there is.
Kind of like TNG, Voyager and stuff. But
Disco was on there originally, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I just don't think it's somewhere that Trekkies are going to go for, and I don't think non-Trekkie people are going to watch it.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we're getting season 2 I don't think it's going to go on past that. Plus, you have the Robert Beltran problem.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you do with Chakotay when the actor is problematic? So
Yeah.
yeah.
See, do you know, I know this is off topic, but I was literally thinking this week with Loki, because they've still got John Majors in it, and like there was that whole scandal with him, and I'm like, they kept him in. What's going on here?
Yeah, they learned from the Johnny Depp incident, didn't they? They learned not to take preemptive action.
Yeah, I guess.
I think people get way too quickly judged in a court of public opinion,
Yeah.
rather than in the legal sense. 'Cause there seems to be compelling evidence that Jonathan Majors is not
Okay.
guilty. So, which I think is probably why. But yeah, I think they're really not. If they don't have to, they're not going to do anything yet. So, and that's fine.
Duncan, yeah, we are too.
Great as Kang.
Yeah, he is. It was a really good episode this week. Yeah. By the way, the reason why we talk about Loki is because Eugene Cordero is in it, and Eugene Cordero, if you don't know, is the voice actor who plays Rutherford, and we both have major like soft spots for Eugene Cordero. Like
he's a major love of mine.
I just adore him. I literally adore that man. He is so cute, and I just want to give him a cuddle every time I see him in anything. And now that he's like a series regular in Loki, like it's just made my life. I'm just like, yes.
Watching him meet Ouroboros for the first time, and it's like him geeking out over an engineer. I was just like, oh my god, Rutherford is meeting Ouroboros.
He is literally playing Rutherford.
Geeking out.
Like,
and I absolutely adore it. I love them.
His character is basically Rutherford. Like they're so similar, it's unbelievable. They would be best bros in real life, those two characters. Like it's that made me really happy. But yeah, so before we get into both the Lower Decks episodes, because we do have two to talk about, we're gonna do a quick. I'm gonna switch scenes so that I can get us to our Star Trek New York Comic Con stuffs.
Oh, that way.
So this, yeah, I always do that. When I'm pointing, it's always the wrong direction. So, yes, New York Comic Con happened the same weekend as EGX. Jack, bless him, was at EGX and had to go home early because he had like 1 million emails from the New York Comic Con coverage to go and write some stuff about it, bless him. So he left really early on the Saturday to go home and do all of this. So this is Jack's coverage. We're going to cover it briefly so that you kind of know what went on. So we had Lower Deck showrunner Mike Mahahan. I don't know how to say his name.
Mike Mahan.
There you go. So he was there talking about the recent series of Lower Decks. I wish I'd seen that, to be honest. One thing that he did confirm was that season 5 is going to be very T'Lyn heavy, which I'm really excited about, especially because we've not seen her at all in the last 2 episodes.
Hi, Dawn. Hello.
I missed her. My chat is delayed because I cannot see Don. Oh, there he is. He just turned up. Hello, buddy. You're on a vacation? I'm
Everyone's
jealous.
on vacation.
I know. We're stuck
British
here.
Columbia. So you're in Canada, right?
Yeah.
Because that's in Canada.
I think. I don't know. But yeah, sorry. I'm happy about that because I was worried because we haven't seen a lot of her since the emotional trauma episode. So yeah, it's I'm really glad about that because Gabrielle Ruiz has been absolutely nailing it.
I've loved her.
Yeah, her volcanisms are just so spot on. She's just so deadpan but charming at the same time, and her comedy is just so brilliant.
When she was absent for 1 week, I was like, okay, fine, yeah, it's just not a T'Lyn episode. But when she was absent
2 in a row,
for 2,
yeah,
I was like, has her story wrapped now? Is she done? Like,
which sounds weird because at the end of the episode, she was like, I'm going to stay here, and then you just didn't see her for 2 weeks, which was like weird. But I'm really glad that they actually made a statement that that's going to be a big thing because she's freaking great.
And season 5.
I know,
yes.
which basically hadn't been officially announced until that point. Basically, we all knew it was going to happen, but that was like, oh yeah, we were already working on it. Like, and that was great because we love this show. It's our fave. We
Lower Decks.
We love
Lower
it.
Decks. Lower
Yeah.
Decks.
Kurtzman was also there and talking about the fact that Prodigy had been saved. I'm really glad that he actually took the time to acknowledge the effort that the fans put into that because Twitter has been alive with Star Trek for the past like 3 months in a row at this point. Like, people have just been non-stop getting this show saved. So well done.
You could have just not cancelled it.
I know. I know.
I'm in this mess, but that's cool.
Well done to every single person that took part in the campaign. We did it, guys. We got it, and they have noticed it. Hello, Mr. System. Welcome in. As much as you love United States of America, you love Canada. I've never been to either, and do you know what? I'm really afraid of bears. Like, I have like an actual bear phobia to the point that I can't even see them on telly without getting scared. So I don't think I'm ever going to be able to go to Canada because I think I would just be terrified all the time. I would literally be terrified. It's a problem. It's a problem. Anyway,
also, don't go to Sweden.
I might have to go to Sweden because my job is in Stockholm. The offices are in Stockholm, so I might have to. I will die. I will die if I see a bear. I will just have a heart attack straight up. Or I'll get one of those grey streaks through your hair that like Rogue's got in X-Men. That'll happen. Anyway, Kurtzman also spoke about like everyone's going back to work now. Has the actors strike finished yet?
No, the actors strike is not finished yet.
Okay, so that's still going on. I didn't know that. But I guess all the writing staff are back in. He talked about the final season of Discovery, and they've still set it for early 2024. It looks like it's not going to be delayed as we previously thought it might be because of the lull in content because of the strikes. But it looks like we are still going to get it at the beginning of 2024. So That's too long to wait. Not too long. Because this last like 2 months has gone so fast. I like blinked and it's nearly November. What?
Yeah.
What? What happened there? We talked about the Star Trek Academy series about to get off the ground. I'm quite looking forward to this, mostly because I really love Tilly, and it hopefully won't have Michael in it. Because I just don't like Michael, but I love Tilly. I also really enjoyed the episodes where she did have the like the Academy lot with her, and she was teaching them. And I think that could be fun. I think that I'm hopeful about this. I'm hopeful. I also I know you're not, but I'm hopeful. I'm hoping that Saru gets some time in it as well, because if we don't see any more Saru, I will cry. Doug Jones is a legend.
I really don't care that much about the 32nd century. They easily could have showed us more about what has happened in the places that we've known and loved for decades at this point. But they've just effed around with universe-ending scenario after universe-ending scenario after universe-ending scenario, and I just don't care anymore. I want them to go to the Delta Quadrant, and I want them to visit, all the Federation planets, and I want to know what's going on, because if you think about it, all the Discovery crew have caught up on everything over that time period. They've caught up with all current events, but we as an audience have not been included in that. We don't know what the state of the Federation is. We don't know what the fate of the Federation worlds is. We don't know anything, and it's really frustrating. Anyway, sorry, that's my rant.
Well, I'm hoping that they might be able to do that with Academy, though, right? Like, because we're obviously going to get some lessons and things like that where the students are learning. So, like, maybe we as an audience will learn with them.
Maybe.
There's a chance. There's a chance. And they might have learnt from the failings of Discovery in that way, if that makes sense. So I'm hopeful. The other thing that was announced is that Tawny Newsome, who is our beloved Mariner, is going to be writing on the Starfleet Academy series, which is really exciting because if you don't know, she is one of the biggest Trekkies out there, giant nerd like us, very, very, very passionate about Star Trek. She's basically Boimler, like she actually is. And she's going to be writing. So I'm really excited about that. I think that's really nice.
We get Tawny Newsome on the show just for 1 week.
Oh, I wish. We would never get her out. We'd be talking so much about all nerdy stuff. It would be amazing.
I just be sat there like...
Yeah, I know. I literally love her. She's incredible. So yeah, I hope that she brings her energy to that series because she's just so vibrant and just brilliant. I just love her. I just think she's amazing. I am a stan of Tawny Newsome. So hopefully that will bring it on. We also got confirmation that Strange New Worlds Season 3 is in the works, which is brilliant because we are Pike stans in this household, or in this Discord, because we're not in the same house. But yeah, we love Pike, our handsome captain with the great hair. So yeah, that's really, really exciting because let's face it, Strange New Worlds is just freaking great. It's just great.
Yes, it is top quality Trek. That and Lower Decks are just
The
outstanding.
best. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're the best we've got at the moment. I think they're the best we've had in
Exactly.
years.
John also agrees with me. Yeah, like we've not seen any Klingons really apart from Worf.
Yeah, yeah. It's weird. It's weird. Yeah, definite perk that there's going to be a fifth season of Lower Decks, Duncan. Definitely, we definitely agree with that. And then also they talked a little bit about Michelle Yeoh's Section 31 movie. We still don't know much about that other than that it's happening and that it's basically like a straight to DVD / straight to streaming movie. Originally, it was going to be a series. And when it was going to be a series, the dude from Discovery that Michael was in a relationship with that then cheated on her with the
Tyler.
Yeah, he was going to be in it. I don't know if he's still in it. They've not.
He should be, right?
You would think, but they've not said anything.
You would think.
They've not said
Well,
anything.
they want to focus on their Oscar-winning actress, don't
Yeah,
they?
they do. And to be fair, Michelle Yeoh is the sexiest of ladies. I literally love her.
And she was in Star Trek before she won an Oscar, so you know.
Yeah, she was, and she loves it. Like whenever she talks about it, she calls it her family, and she's like, "I want to go back to my Star Trek family," and that's just really cute. Like. Also, I really like the character. I really like the character. I think she's so interesting, and her relationship with Michael is the only thing that makes Michael interesting to me. I'm gonna go back and watch the older seasons of Discovery over Christmas before season 5 comes out, just for her, basically, and for Jason Isaacs because love that man. He's great. He's just so good. But yeah, so and then we come to Kid Cudi his collaboration. Which
my future husband.
Yeah, Mike's got a massive crush on him. He is a handsome man. He is a handsome man. Showing off his Boldly Be collection and the Fortnite Star Trek experience with his new album and his Star Trek song, which is Heaven's Galaxy. I have got the tab up for the clothes. Right, so I am actually slightly bitter about this because I really want this jacket, right? But I do not have 300 quid or bucks to spend on a freaking jacket. Like, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. I get that it's leather, but is it actually leather or is it pleather? Oh no, it says genuine leather. Okay, alright, it says genuine leather. So that kind of makes it better. But still, is it more money if you're bigger? No, it's not. I still can't afford that, so I'm slightly sad. So one day, I will just save all of my Star Trek stream money and buy this for myself when I haven't got a wedding to pay for, because I really love it. But the other stuff is actually quite nice. I think they did a really good job with the designs. They're actually, like we hoped for, fashion and not just cosplay.
Yeah.
Why is it not going back? Internet, do what you're told for once. There we go.
I'm just not so much into the whole 70s style.
I really like it. I thought this one was really fun. It looks faded though, which I don't quite understand. I think that's the style they've gone for, but to me, I think it would have looked better if it was like bright colours. It looks like they've put a white filter over the top of it and made it like 20% opacity. I don't get that choice. But I thought that was quite a cool shirt. And then the t-shirts are pretty cool. I think they're pretty cool. The hoodies are very expensive as well.
Duncan didn't like the musical episode of Strange New Worlds.
Duncan, that is a hot take around here. That is a hot take because Mike listened to that.
What is that Deep Space Nine one? Hello?
I know, that's what I'm pointing at.
Hello?
I knew you would want to look at this. Hang on.
I didn't look at these because I just thought it was jacket.
No, there's loads. And this is the one thing that I was like, oh, Mike might buy this. Mike might buy this one. Yeah, it's pretty good, to be fair. It's quite nice. And it's like a nice off-white creamy type colour, which is quite different. But yeah, I liked that. I thought that was good. I also really like the hoodie. Spock hoodie. Live long and prosper. I think that's great. But the prices are just ridiculous. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm not paying 45 quid for a t-shirt. I'm just not doing it. I could go to Primark and find Star Trek t-shirts and they'd be like 15 quid at the most. Do you know what I mean? Like, just because he's made it, I don't think it should cost that much money. And yeah, I don't know. I feel weird about it. I think they look cool as heck. And if you've got the money to spend on it, I envy you. Go for it. But yeah, And it's not that much, to be honest. There's 8 items. That's it. And then obviously his vinyl, his digital single, whatever that he's got going. Have you heard the song? I haven't heard the song.
No, I haven't listened to it.
Slam's here. Hi, Slam and Ryan. Welcome in. And then IDW also talked about Star Trek Sons of Star Trek series, which is going to be the follow-on from the current Day of Blood. But however, this time it follows Jake Sisko as he struggles to find his place in the universe after the return of his dad. Because obviously Benjamin has been the focus of the current series, so now we're going to look at Jake and where he fits now that his dad's back. Which I think would actually be quite an interesting story. I'm about 3 episodes behind in the Day of Blood series. I've got to do some catching up. Yeah, thank you, Duncan. Thank you. Yeah, it's a lot. But yeah, so there was that. Talking about who was writing it and the art. I'm actually really excited about the most recent comic books. I think they look amazing. The art's great. Look at that side eye you're getting there. That's so funny. But yeah, so it was an okay, but it was rather simple. Jack said the same. We were kind of hoping for something more exciting. We also thought now that the writers' strike was over, we might get some of the writers on and do a panel or something like that, but that didn't really happen. So it wasn't as good as it could have been, but at least we got some confirmation that we are getting further series of the shows we love. The fact that we've got the season 3 of Strange New Worlds and the season 5 of Lower Decks makes me very happy. So we got something. But yeah, shall we switch over to the Badgie episode, which was called A Few Badgies More.
Badgies more.
One thing I really liked about this episode, before we even get into it, is that it didn't feel like there was a B story. Both the stories felt like A stories. They both had equal weighting and they both had equal time, and neither of them felt like an afterthought. And I really appreciated that, because some of the B stories this season have not been that great, in my opinion.
What was the B story?
The peanut hamper.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I liked this one. I enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, the B story kind of progressed the main kind of like the main season arc, didn't it? So yeah, that kind of works really well.
Yeah, which made
although
it really important.
if pianos and harpsichords come back as part of the major plot, then I will laugh at you. But yeah, I really enjoyed this episode. I thought it was great to see Badgie, and I think it's kind of a conclusive finale on that.
Yeah, I think so. Apart from Goodgie, who could still be a Goodgie thing. Which, by the way, the name. I feel like Goodgie is going to be something we're never going to see again. I know. But I really enjoyed this episode. I personally thought this was a better episode than this week's episode. It gave us a lot in terms of the lore of the season, and also the overall character relationships and who they are and how far they've come, which I really enjoyed as well, and how confident they are in themselves. Particularly Boims and Tendi, they were just freaking great this episode, both of them. And it was nice to have a Boims and Tendi and a Mariner and Rutherford pairing. They're really mixing up the season. Yeah, that was nice. I really enjoyed that. Because Mariner basically felt like she had nothing to do for the very beginning, and then she tagged along with Rutherford, and we were like, oh, okay. Because I felt sorry for her for a bit. So if you didn't watch the episode, warning, there will be spoilers, obviously, because we are going over it. But we, instead of doing what we normally do, which is where we give a brief rundown of the whole episode, I think it would be better to talk about it as we go. So we can go through it this time. So they're basically told that they're going to be going on an important mission for a change, and they're going to investigate what happened with one of the ships that has been destroyed because of the unknown ship thing that happened. And before that happened, we see Badgie commandeer and he basically borgs them, doesn't he? He basically assimilates the Drukmani. There we go. Yeah, the Drukmani. So yeah, he basically assimilates them and makes them like his slaves basically, and they basically don't want to be doing it. And they go in.
Oh, Badgie.
Yeah, and they go in after one of these ships has been destroyed to scavenge it. And what I liked about it was that at the beginning they kind of imply that Badgie is the one in charge of the ships being destroyed. Like, they hint very heavily that he's the evil mastermind behind everything that's going on, which I thought was fun. I thought that was quite fun, because bearing in mind, like, this is the 4th last episode, so it could have been that actually was what was going to happen. But yeah, I enjoyed that. And then they find out that the Cerritos is going to investigate, and Mariner makes such a good, like, oh, wow, they must actually be, like, considering us more important sort of thing. And Ransom's like, yeah, we're just the closest ones to it, which was so...
Oh my god, that's such a well-worn Star Trek trope.
Yeah, like half the
only
adventures...
ship within range.
Yeah, exactly. Half of the adventures that happened in the original series in Next Generation only happened because they were the closest ones in the quadrant. Like...
Although, if you think about it, Voyager was the only ship in the quadrant for a lot of...
Yeah, fair. Fair for Voyager. But for all the others... It's just funny. It made me laugh.
525 in chat says, did you watch them throwing down the word Dunzel? That's a TOS reference. I didn't.
I didn't recognise that. Where
John
was that?
will stay away from Gudgy. He's way too good, apparently. And 525 is also not buying merch, not that kind of fan.
It's a
That's
lot.
fair. I don't
lot.
think I'd buy the Kid Cudi merch, mainly because I like the Star Trek aspect of it. I don't necessarily want the big Kid Cudi, like the Deep Space Nine sweatshirt one is amazing. I wouldn't pay $150.
Yeah, that's it. It's a lot.
But also it's got, like Kid Cudi in massive letters, and as much as I fancy him, I don't really listen to him all that much, so it doesn't make sense for me to wear a shirt with Kid Cudi on it. I'll probably just buy some clothes at MCM.
I just want the jacket. It looks like something Fresh Prince would have worn, and I love that. I understand merch is a thing and most people consider it. I don't know, it's just a lot of money. I think that's the thing, 525. Also, thank you, Duncan. I have made borged into a verb. That is a new thing. But yeah.
So I've got a couple of Star Trek shirts. They're not official merch though.
Yeah, I've got a few. I've got a Janeway one, and I've got a Cats running a bridge one with cats in uniforms. It's beautiful. I love it.
There's quite a few actually.
But yeah, anyway, they also have the lower deckers helping Rutherford put a grappling hook
I
on
loved
the front.
that. It was so funny.
It was so cute. And originally, poor Tendi gets attacked by it. This picture's actually from the end of the episode.
I just love how still enthusiastic they are, despite the fact that they nearly died. Like...
I know, they're so cute. Also, Tendi and Rutherford are still very much flirting without realizing that they're flirting. Like, it's more obvious now since the previous episode, and it's very cute. Tendi is just like so there for him.
They're adorable. I want to keep them.
I love them so much. But yeah, so anyway, they find out that this is going on. They're going to go over and investigate, but Tendi and Boims are not. They have their own thing going on. First of all, we find out that Tendi has to go to Peanut Hamper. Yes, she's back. Mike rolled his eyes in pain. Peanut Hamper is back and has a parole. That's the right word, isn't it? Parole hearing. And Tendi quite rightly is like, she hasn't been in there that long.
She really hasn't.
So that was quite funny. And they are going back to Daystrom Station. Is that how you say it?
Daystrom Institute.
Yeah. Daystrom Institute. And
Daystrom Station is where they have the Genesis 2 device.
Oh yeah, okay. So Daystrom
remains an attack tribble.
And Boimler is going down because how do I say it?
Agamus.
I keep wanting to say an Agamemnon, and I don't know why. Agamus, who obviously is the wonderful Jonathan Coombs, he has information that just conveniently he happens to have right now about what's been going on with the ships being destroyed. Also, Ryan with the $5, thank you very much. Koalas have a tendency to get fungal infections in their fur. Could it be a clue to the true nature of Trek? Yeah, everything's made of mushrooms. everything's made of
multiple
mushrooms.
references to the fact that the universe is riding on the back of a koala.
I mean, there was a koala in this episode as well. So yeah, there's funny. Thank you very much for the donation. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, exactly. That's what it is, Duncan. But yeah, so they're going to go down together instead of going on this mission. So they're splitting off and they're going to do that. In the meantime, the poor crew of the Cerritos. This is one of those episodes where the Cerritos just gets absolutely bashed the heck in.
Absolutely frigged.
Yeah, this ship like has really taken a beating in the last 4 years, man. It's taken it, like, and yet it's still beautiful. It's still gorgeous and fabulous and amazing. So go you, Cerritos.
One day maybe my XL model will arrive.
I know, you ordered it how many weeks ago now?
We at least 3 weeks.
Yeah, at least 3 weeks ago, and it's still not even shipped. Outrageous. But yeah, anyway, so they get there, and Badgie is basically wants revenge on Rutherford for abandoning him, and he knows everything about everything to do with the Federation because he's had access to all of the systems, and he basically starts beating the crap out of the Cerritos. And much to Captain Freeman's dismay, he just basically puts a suit on, runs out and jumps out of the ship, all Naomi style in the Expanse, basically, and then jumps out. And just as he's about to go, Mariner joins him, grabs onto his foot, thinking that he has a plan. And Rutherford lands over there and he's like, "Why did you join me? I just came over here to die." Which was such a, sad moment. I was like, Rutherford! But also, the fact that he would willingly sacrifice himself for his ship is just so Rutherford. He's just, I don't know, I just love that boy. I just love him. It made me very sad, but it also made me very proud of him and how he's not afraid to face his mistake in what he did with Badgie, basically. For the good of the crew. Freeman is really not happy that he did that. But interestingly, at the end of the episode, he doesn't get any kind of reprimand for doing it either, does he? It's well, you kind of saved the day, so fine. But yeah, what did you think about him being all ready to sacrifice himself?
I loved it. It was the most adorable thing. And the first thing he does is just hug Badgie, and Badgie's yeah, amazing.
That was so cute. I mean, it's a trope, but it was used really, really well. It was beautiful. Badgie didn't know how to handle it. Naomi, thank you, darling. Thank you for the $5, and thank you for my birthday wishes. Hi, Mummy Unicorn. You're on book 7 of The Expanse, Duncan. I've not read it yet. I need to. But yeah, so Badgie, doesn't know how to deal with that because obviously he has been rejected by his dad. All he wants is revenge, and then he gets what he really wants, which is love. Which is very cute, which causes the first personality split, I guess. If you've played God of War Ragnarok, this reminded me very, 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 very much of the squirrel in God of War Ragnarok, who has done the same thing. He has, got all of his useless emotions into their own little personalities so that he can be as useful as possible. So he's got anxiety bunny or anxiety squirrel and then angry squirrel. And that's just yes. I know most people instinctively thought of lore and data, but my brain went straight to God of War Ragnarok.
You don't want to mess with an angry squirrel.
No. But that made me laugh a lot. And so we then get Goodgie, which is funny because Badgie and Goodgie. That's just so Lower Decks and simple and funny, and I loved it, and I literally cackled like a weirdo.
Naomi, thank you for the £5 super chat.
Yeah,
happy birthday,
awesome.
Jarvis.
She's lovely, Liz, our Naomi. So yeah, that was really funny, and then we then shoot over to the B story, but not really a B story because it was equally important. Where we don't actually see Peanut Hamper's parole. We just hear about it secondhand.
No, we only hear about it, yeah.
Yeah, but what we do see is Boimler trying to get information about this attack that supposedly Agamus has, But Agamus is like, oh yeah, no, one of my drones is out there, and if I could just contact my drone, like I would be able to, like, tell you more. And Boymes is so cool and collected, and he's like, yeah, no, this is useless. This is rubbish. That's definitely not going to happen. It definitely is going to happen. But Boimler in that moment, in this whole episode, was just a champ. He was so cool. Like,
I actually thought that the whole peanut hamper parole story was not a scam, but I thought that it was fixed.
yeah.
And that they purposefully held back on the truth there, and they were just leading Agamus on until they got what they wanted there. But so I was quite surprised when we actually came back to Peanut Hamper later on to find out that she has reformed, because
I thought that was lovely.
I hate the character.
I know,
and
you
I
do.
just don't believe for a second that she's actually reformed. It's like, why? Yeah, and also her dad's name is Kevin.
I know, I love that. I don't like Peanut Hamper until this episode. Like the scene with the two of them in the garden, like making their plots, was really cute. It was really funny. And Agamus being like, I can turn my light blue. That was so good.
Funny. Jonathan Combs, Jeffrey Combs is just such an insanely amazing actor.
Well, he's been in Star Trek like 4 or 5 times as different characters.
Yeah. He's 3 in Deep Space Nine alone.
He's incredible. And he's so good in that role. He's like menacing but very human at the same time. Like, it's a very good character. Very, very interesting. And like, he genuinely had a moment where he was like, oh, you've been promoted. And he actually seemed like happy for Boimler. And that felt genuine. Like, it really did feel genuine, which was cute. So that was funny. And then they like play
in
along.
Your face, Harry Kim.
Yeah. They play along with him and take him to see this drone, but what he actually does is take them to a beach where he's supposed to be meeting Peanut Hamper, where we get this lovely moment with Tendi and Boimler, and Tendi's just so happy to be playing in the sand because all they have is rocks. He loves it
for all the reasons for why I hate it. It gets in places. It's like, no, that is why you hate sand.
I love her so much. She's just so cute. We haven't got a picture of that, sadly, but she's just sat there making a sandcastle, really happy. And they have this little conversation behind Agamus's back where they're like, we could, like, I know you could totally disarm him right now and get us out of this, but like, I really need this information, so let's just play along. And Tendy's like, yeah, that's fine. And he just keeps making her sandcastle, really happy with life. I love her.
The whole robot rehabilitation center was just absolutely hilarious.
The fact that they had a sports center where like they had
the
basketball
whole thing
hoops.
Was just so funny.
It was really good.
Funny.
Like they're just like all sat there on the ground doing nothing in this sports yard. And like no one's moving until you get to those two in their tomato garden, which I just thought was really funny. And yeah, they were watching like Lassie with an AI video in the cinema room.
Yeah.
But that made me laugh a lot. I thought it was really, really good. And the fact that they have that many AIs in the jail, like, of course they would. This is Star Trek, like,
and they all look like something that you'd have seen in the TOS series.
Yeah, they do. They absolutely
all look
do.
retro TOS robots because that was a way too trodden for that season. 525 says, keep hearing how some of the Trek books are. I'm going into audiobooks and like those a lot. I have read lots of Star Trek novels over
Mike's
the
read
years.
a lot.
I can recommend you quite a few, so let me know if you do, and I will hit you up with some suggestions.
Yeah, he's read a lot. I read the comics, he reads the books. We need to swap at some point and
yes, we do. Catch
up on the other person's media. But yeah, so that was really good, and we leave them for a little bit, and we go back over to the ship that they're on with Badgie, and now he splits again, and this time Logic-y is made, and Badgie is like, all right, I'm gonna just kill everyone on the Cerritos just to hurt her dad, basically. And Logiki's like, but why? You will get nothing out of this. This is stupid. Logiki's basically a Vulcan as well in the way that he speaks, which is really funny. And he's like trying to merge back with him to stop him doing this, and he literally gets killed, like KO'd.
He came close, but he did.
He bit the dust. He had X's on his eyes, so that's definitely deado. He didn't come back at the end, so he's gone.
Definitely
rest
deado.
in peace, Logiki. You were good while you
Slanister
lasted.
says, are the books best read in the original Klingon? Yes, if you can read the Klingon, that is absolutely fine. Also, chat, if you haven't hit the like button for the stream, please do
yes, do.
lets the YouTube gods let you know that lets the YouTube gods know you like the content.
Yes.
And we'll recommend it to other people as well. So.
Which makes a big difference to us, because we love doing this and we want to keep doing this and hanging out with you guys on a Sunday, because it's really fun and we adore you. Yeah, everyone loves Tendi, but there's a reason for it, Ryan, because Tendi is freaking awesome. Noelle is like literally amazing, like does the best job ever. I would run away with Tendi if she was real. I love her. She's just wholesome and lovely and should be a primary school teacher, basically.
I would run off with Rutherford.
Yeah, you would. I know. We would work our magic, and you would get one and I'd get the other and break them up. That's what would happen. But yeah, so that happens. And Badgie's like, actually, no. What I'm going to do is infect the whole of Starfleet and destroy all of them. And we get a moment where Deep Space Nine shows up. And I was like, Mike's going to be happy. I knew. You were the first thing I thought of when that appeared. I was like, Mike's going to be happy.
And if you look closely, it's also been signed by Nana Visitor and has not been dispatched to me yet. So, Master Replicas, where is my shit?
Where is it? Oh, thanks, Slam. That's really nice of you. Thank you, darling. So yeah, that I knew Mike was going to be happy about that. But we basically see lots of different ships being invaded by his subspace like pulse that he sends out, I'm guessing.
Orgasm.
Yeah, basically. This show is literally the best show ever, Naomi. If you haven't watched it yet, you will literally love it. Knowing
Lower
your
Decks
sense of
is
humor,
just the best thing.
Yeah, knowing your sense of humor, you will love it. And like he has like a moment where he's like, I'm above this. I don't need this. Why am I doing this? Like, and he basically becomes an omnipotent god, which was a great way to end the Badgie story, I think. Like, it was very Lower Decks. It was very, like, on point for Star Trek as a whole. And he's like, I'm going to go and hang out with Q. Just like, yes! And then the sky opens up and he goes up through it, and the koala's up there. Koala is just up there, hanging.
The koala in the sky, he's going to go off and create his own universe. And
Did the koala wink, or was I imagining things?
I don't remember.
I think he winked. I think the koala winked. I'm going to go back and watch it. But yeah, that was funny. That made me laugh.
The horse is going to bite you now.
I really enjoyed that. Yeah, I thought we were going to get more Badgie, but I'm glad it ended the way it ended.
Yeah, it easily could have just reached auto ground.
Yeah,
I'm glad it didn't.
Yeah, the thing with Badgie as well is that like so he's very much like a trope. You know, he's very much that story of the AI that isn't wanted and has all these mixed feelings about its creators, and that is such a trope at this point. So I'm glad they didn't like push it into the ground. Do you know what I mean? Like they let it go when it needed to be let go, and they did it because it helped Rutherford grow. Like he realized how he had treated him, and he grew from that, and I really appreciated that in Rutherford, and the way that he kept Gucci and all the others at the end were like, no, like, I'm out of here. It's like good.
Rutherford is beginning to show some real paternal behaviors.
Yeah,
especially in these last two episodes.
Yeah,
as we will go on to discuss.
He's lovely. He's just lovely. I love him. And then the other storyline, which just cracked me up. Like Boimler and Tendi just was so funny in this whole episode with the way that they're just not bothered at all by what's going on. Like there's literally no danger. Like, literally no danger at all. They know that they are in complete control the entire time, and they're just letting Aggie think that, like, he's in charge. Like, he literally takes over a whole planet.
Yeah, Boimler's comment on that planet. Yeah, we couldn't undo this within an hour at all.
Yeah. It was really good. It was really funny. And the whole time, like, he's made this whole planet subjugate to him, and he's just missing his friend. He's just missing Peanut Hamper. And Tendy's like, look, I could just find out where she is using the parole information. And he's like, okay, let's go find her. She's probably in trouble, or she's doing another plan. And they get there, and as Mike alluded to earlier, she's actually just hanging out with her dad and helping her dad out, which Mike clearly doesn't believe is her real, like, motive. But I felt like she actually has grown. And Tendy said that her talk was beautiful, and I think maybe it was. I think she's just tired of being bad.
I don't at all. It just makes no sense with her character. Like, she's gone to so much effort in the past to prove that she's not good, and now all of a sudden, again, she's just all, you know, renewed.
I think the friendship helped her a lot, though. I think having, like, a true friend. And then I think that might have helped. I kind of liked it. I don't like her as a character, but I enjoyed the way this was done. I enjoyed Kevin and his not being able to speak, and the dad, like, talking to Aggie, and he's like, no, we're just friends. You have such a beautiful daughter. I thought that was really cute.
I don't know. I feel like they could have done something different with her, or, like, faked the parole result to lead Agnes on, but
yeah. But I like the fact that Agnes is then like, oh, I want to be good too. I'm gonna go back and, like, try and reform myself as well. And then when he's back, he has, like, the other AIs, like, making fun of him, and he's like, no, I'm going to reform myself and blah blah blah. And the Tyrannosaurus, or whatever he's called, was like, will you teach me? And Agnes is like, I will try. And I thought that was really cute. I thought that was a really sweet ending, and I believed him. The whole Jackie
Combs side of the episode, loved it. The whole Peanut Hamper episode,
yeah, fair. I liked it. I really enjoyed it. Ryan, thank you so much. Rehabilitation with the power of friendship. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, with the super chat there. I agree.
I don't need rehabilitating. My love of Jaffa Cakes is well under.
Yeah, I liked the Orion episode as well. I am such a fan of Tendy, and I love Orion's as it is. So yeah, I loved that. But yeah, that was really fun. And then we're going to switch over to dun dun dun. Oh no, wrong tab. No, wait, this is the right tab. It's just showing down below. Here we go. The Caves episode, which was basically making fun of the fact that they used the same set over and over and over and over and over again in the olden days whenever they went to a cave. It was just making fun of that.
There are some things I really loved about this episode. I just feel like it was a bit lacking. It was a bit fillery.
Yeah, that's what it felt like to me.
I feel like it was a generally unremarkable episode of Lower Decks.
It was quite forgettable.
Yeah. At this point, we're so used to them making those self-aware jokes, it just didn't stand out.
Yeah, I get that. Because Lower Decks is that. It is constantly making jabs at itself, basically, in the most wholesome of way. Oh, no, Slam, you left your Jaffa Cakes at your sister's? That's devastating.
So I went to Asda yesterday. They had no Jaffa Cakes in.
Well, that's upsetting too.
I'm distraught.
I tried to get some yesterday, but Addie didn't want them, so I wasn't allowed. I was quite upset about that. Anyway, yeah, this episode was not our favourite. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't. Yeah. It didn't.
It was just.
I won't remember it. Nothing happened that was important. Nothing moved the overall plot. Oh wait, we've got to talk about that. The end of the other episode. We found out that Aggie did have useful information about the overarching plot, and that was that this ship that has been destroying everyone hasn't been destroying everybody. It hasn't been doing that. So when we keep thinking we see everybody get blown up into bits, and we all keep getting sad that the lower deckers on the Klingons and all of that have been destroyed, they haven't. They've been kidnapped. So we have learnt now that somewhere, someone Packlids, I think, have got.
Oh, you think it's Packlids?
Yeah, I do. So just because it'll be funny, have actually been taking all of these ships and all of the crew.
Oh no, we got another Enterprise.
I just think it would be really funny. But anyway, so yeah, we found that out, and that actually forwarded the overall plot, which hopefully we'll get into next week because we've only got 2 episodes left. But
yeah, we've only got 2 episodes left, so
hopefully. Personally, you think that. I think it's cute, and Tendi is really good at being a pirate, even if she doesn't want to be one. Yeah, I know, she was great. She kicked serious butt in that episode. It was awesome. John, I'm using a modified shuttle. I don't think it's in the package. Hang on, I can't see because the stupid emote's in the way. It's the package. There we go. Thank you. Yes. So in Caves, moving back on, we have an episode which is basically just a montage episode. We get lots and lots of 4 clips of different storylines, basically. It really felt like one of those episodes of The Next Generation where the writers were on strike and they were just like doing clip shows.
It's a kind of a bottle episode.
Yeah.
It's one of those low budget episodes where they go to a really cheap reusable set or stay in a really small place.
Yeah.
And it is just a confined episode and often.
And it could have literally gone anywhere in the timeline and it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It literally felt like it had no... Apart from the fact that they were all lieutenants, it had no overbearing on anything. By the way, I've just noticed that this picture, again, they've only got their ensign pips on.
Oh.
They did that in another episode. They must have made all these pictures before they released that episode, and they were kind of trying to keep it on the down low. Yeah.
So by filler episode, it's kind of like it doesn't drive the plot forward.
Yeah, like you'd find in an anime.
There was nothing about this to drive the plot forward at all. It was just a bit of a storytelling thing, a bit of a throwback to the first season.
Yeah. So, one, it was nice to have the 4 back together as the 4 and actually all doing it together, because we had that on the Path Ferengis episode, but they weren't together. Like, there was... Mariner was separate, Boimler was separate, and then Tendi and Rutherford were together. Whereas this, at least we have them together for a large chunk of the episode, which was nice, because we haven't had that at all this season. But...
And they're quite self-aware of that as well, which is nice.
Which I really like, because when they first come into the, like, preparing room, they're all like, oh, you're going? I'm going! Yes, we're all going together! That was cute. That was really nice. Yeah, it's a parody. It was a parody. So they're going to a cave. They're going to research some moss. The one thing that did really make me laugh was Mariner's, I hate caves. When she was just going through the transporter. That cracked me up. That was great. Mariner was really... Go on.
I loved, Rutherford and Tendi just loving the moss. That's so them.
They're such nerds. They're such nerds. They're so cute. Mariner was really great in this episode, I think. Like, she was so excited to be going off of them, and then as soon as she realised it was a cave mission, she was like, oh, for God's sake. Really? Like,
Rutherford for me was the standout in this episode.
Oh, he was great. His story was the best story.
Yeah.
But first, we didn't have his story first. We had Boimler's story first, which made me laugh because it was a call back to the animated series, and I'm glad they did that because the most recent celebration of the animated series has been poop. So it was nice to have a proper callback with the what are they called? Hang on.
Vendorians.
Vendorians. I was going to say Vandorians, which would have been wrong. Vendorians, which were first seen in the animated series. So I liked that. I enjoyed that. I thought that was good. We got...
Yeah, so they're a shape-shifting race.
Yeah.
Very secretive. Their existence is often mythical.
Yeah, like...
but apparently, no, they
real.
exist.
Yeah, they're real. They're real. And Boimler was on a mission with Lieutenant... Oh, what was his name? Lieutenant...
Oh, I was thinking of it before, but I've forgotten.
I can't remember his name. It's got to be in
I
here
don't
somewhere.
like him. The conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, the conspiracy theorist dude that's an actual lieutenant, which I thought was really funny because all the way through that episode, Boimler was clearly the one in charge of that mission, and he's a lieutenant lower grade, isn't he? So like that was funny. I thought that was really good because Boimler really has come into his own in these last 2 episodes, particularly. I think like he's gotten over his fear of fucking up, basically. And it's really nice. Welcome in, Daka!
Daka!
Don't worry,
Hello.
you're not that late this time. We've still got a whole half an hour to go, mate. So you got time. You got time to chill with us.
Half an hour. Oh, yeah.
I know, yeah. We've been going. So yeah, I thought that I liked seeing Boimler be like the man of action. You know, like he took charge. He was like so fed up with the conspiracy theory crap.
I also would have snapped.
Yeah, I know, I would have too. Because that car was like, oh, we can actually, like, you know, it's only got 1 seat. But he didn't even give him a chance to be like, oh, maybe I could sit on the roof or you could sit on my lap or what. He just blew it up straight away. But Boimler is like so mad about it. But I felt so bad because the lieutenant cried. He literally cried. He was like, I just wanted to help. I was like, oh, Boims.
I also have very little sympathy for people like that. Yeah.
It made me laugh.
I bet he doesn't wash as well.
Oh, don't stereotype conspiracy theories.
Yeah. So this first story, it's basically our it comes back later in the episode because, you know, we find out that the Vendorians put people through morality tests, words are hard, and if they fail, they lay eggs in their neck and eat them.
Yeah.
So, but they vibe with the lieutenant.
Because he knows so much about them from his made-up stories.
And they live.
Yeah.
So they survive that encounter.
Yeah. And then Boimler's like, oh yeah, I've been hanging out with him in the holodeck. And the rest of the foursome were like, oh, how dare you? Like, you hung out without us? Like, what? He's like, oh, yeah, sorry. But that was funny. And then, very so casually, Rutherford's like, oh yeah, this reminds me of when I had a baby with Ta'ana. And it just carries on. And everyone else is like,
what?
Excuse
and it was
me?
only like a few weeks ago as well.
Yeah. He's just like, sorry, can you explain this, please? And Rutherford was like, oh, yeah, sure. And he genuinely doesn't seem to understand, like, why they're so, like, what the hell about it? You know, he's just genuinely like, oh yeah, that was just a thing that happened, and like, whatever.
Yeah, so you've got Rutherford and Ta'ana are trapped inside a cave after they're harvesting some bollocks or other with some local guide. A giant monster jumps out of a pond and impales their guide on a rock and kills them. But this culture, they don't die. They are reborn as a clone that they impregnate into somebody through the touch of skin. So this person touches Rutherford and gets him pregnant, which is disturbing.
Do you know what, though? It was really funny for me.
I get pregnant too, but...
I had literally, that week, just watched the second half of Series 10 of American Horror Story, and there are 2 pregnant dudes from Aliens in that. And I was just like, oh no, please don't happen to them what happened to them. Because they die badly. It's not good. Their alien baby eats their face, and it's horrible.
Oh no.
Thanks, Don. But yeah, so immediately, as soon as he's pregnant, I'm like, oh god, no, I've seen this happen. Please be okay, Rutherford.
No, but they're okay.
Yeah.
Ta'ana, what do you call it?
Cesarean.
C-sections, C-sections the baby out. Doesn't want anything to do with the baby, but you know, Rutherford is an amazing dad.
He's such a good dad.
She warms up to him, and then they are going to make their way out of the cave, get attacked by the monster again, but then Rutherford manages to translate the language, talk to it, and it just wants to protect its own child, which is adorable.
Mega cute.
And
it looks
it's
like
a Pokemon that I now
yes!
want to collect.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew it.
You know me too well.
I know you so well. But yeah, the thing that I loved, like, so one, I think that monster was a reference to the Mandalorian one. That when Mando falls in the cave in Mandalore, and then there's that big monster that was like the mythic creature of Mandalore, because it also had the little like dangly light bit in front of it, and I just felt like it was in a cave, that was in a cave, I just felt like it was a reference. If it wasn't supposed to be, that's where my brain went. It was to Mandalorian, which I liked. I enjoyed that. That was a good little bit. I loved this episode for some of it, but I thought it was a weaker episode overall. I think it's probably for me the weakest episode of the season. But not again because it's bad, just because that season could have existed without it, and it wouldn't have made a difference, if that makes sense. But this particular story with Rutherford, I adored. Had that been the whole episode, like it was expanded, I think it would have been a really good episode and I would have loved it. One, because Ta'ana needs to be more of a main character. She's freaking great. She's so funny. She has the shockingest bedside manner of any doctor I've ever seen.
I don't think you want her to be overused though, and that's a
I
fine
guess.
line.
I guess, yeah. I've loved her this season in particular. She's been absolutely amazing. And in this episode, the way she like starts warming up to the baby, I just love her. She's so funny, and like so when I was at school, there was this English teacher who everybody else was terrified of because she was really strict and horrible, but actually she was a massive softie, and she reminds me a lot of her. Like a lot of her. Every time I see her, I'm like, yeah, you're really a big softie. I know you are.
See, I'm also just remembering the episode where Ta'ana and Shax are on holiday, and Shax is trying to have a conversation with her, and she's like, "Oh, does baby need a drink?" And he's like, "Put those away, Diane." And that's the kind of mother she is, I think. So,
she's funny. She's really funny. I just enjoy her a lot. And
the whole
Rutherford and her...
Shax and Ta'ana thing is brilliant.
Oh, it's great. The way he held her the other day when she lost her mind, he just held her really far out, and he's just like, "Calm down, dear." They're a great pairing. They're so funny together. Shax was great later in this episode as well. It cracked me up. But this bit, I just thought, we don't really see Rutherford and Ta'ana together ever. Ta'ana doesn't like engineers.
Yeah.
So it was nice to have that pairing because they couldn't be more different. Like, they literally couldn't be more different. The baby was hella cute too. Like, I loved it. It was a blue baby. It was cute. Mike's like, I don't care about babies. God, rubbish.
If it was a cat, it would have been a different story.
You like the Pokemon baby. Again, Rutherford showing his tech skills as well. He is literally the most intelligent man in the whole of Star Trek at the moment. Like, he's so clever. So clever. The fact that he just, like, understands the way, like, the pattern of the speech and is able to make the tricorder work with it. He's just so clever. He's, like, how is he so smart? But yeah, that was funny. And then when it goes back to the cave, everyone's like, "I can't believe you didn't tell us you had a baby." And he's like, "It wasn't really mine. Like, it was a clone. Like, I don't understand why you're upset with me. I just wanted to give him a hug." I was just like, don't shout at Rutherford. Tendi looked mega jealous. She looked so jealous when she first heard the story. She was like, "What?"
We got Mariners next.
Yeah.
So Mariner got stuck in a cave with Delta Shift that has temporal issues, and the thing that they need to do to reinforce their comm badge means they age the closer they get to it. And yeah, it's a whole thing about Mariner resolving their issues with Delta Shift. It's got a bit of nice heart to it where, you know, they're like, we don't get seen, like, we have no opportunities.
We do the same stuff you do.
Yeah, we have no opportunities because nobody sees us, nobody, you know, we've seen the captain like a couple of times. It was okay, but we've done the Delta Shift conflict before, and I'm not really engaged with any of the characters. I don't find them particularly
I don't
likable.
find them engaging at all. Like,
No.
The only thing I find funny is Black Rutherford and his eye patch. Because he's literally just Rutherford with an eye patch, which I find funny. But other than that...
and you've got the other Boimler one as well.
Yeah. But they're not interesting characters. They're not funny characters. They're just antagonistic. I understand why they are. I do get it, because we have all been in a situation where you've worked just as hard as somebody else, but somebody else gets seen and then they get the praise. We've all been there, like, and it sucks. It really sucks. So I get it, but I just didn't care. I was like, okay. I mean, it was nice for Mariner to have a moment of, like, maturity where she realizes, oh, okay, actually, yeah, they're good, and she does the whole Delta Squad. That was funny. The aging thing was just a bit of a gimmick. It didn't really bother me that much.
Oh, and the leg.
The leg that fell off. That was gross. I couldn't look. I couldn't look. I had to look away.
The doctor will just grow you another one.
Yeah.
Oh no. Gross.
Yeah, it was gross.
Kind of funny with there were crystals on the other side of the cave that made him younger.
Made him younger. Yeah, no, yeah. That made me laugh. But yeah, I didn't enjoy that story at all. I thought it was a bit rubbish. I did like that Mariner crashed the shuttle, because of course she crashed the shuttle. Because that's Mariner. But that story was rubbish. And the whole way through, like when they're trying to tell their stories, Tendi is just like, it reminds me of the time we got stuck in the lift, and they shut her down every single time. So when they go back this time, the moss, which is carnivorous and has now taken over the whole place and caught them, is like, let the green one speak. I was like, yes, let Tendi speak. Stop shutting her down, Mariner. You're being very rude to Tendi, and I'm not on board with this. And I think they recycled footage, because Tendi's story is on Second Contact, which is the first episode.
Yeah, the first episode.
And I think they recycled the footage. I think they showed the same scene as them at the end of the episode when they're all celebrating in the bar. Yeah.
But the footage after that is new. Yeah.
Yeah, which I thought was nice. I liked that.
Slammaster. Can we ban Slammaster for that terrible joke?
Oh man.
Absolutely
Slam!
disgraceful behaviour.
That's
and I'm sat here wearing cat gloves for the lols. So
they are cute.
Yeah, I'll explain why.
Are they part of your stream, your charity stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you know already, don't you?
Yeah, I know. I keep
Stay
up to
tuned,
date.
chat. I've got some stuff for you.
But yeah, that I was sad that Mariner kept shutting Tendi down. She was being mean. I did think though that the whole time she kept shutting her down, I kept thinking, oh, I bet her story would be the one that actually gives them something to help.
It was way too heavy-handed.
Yeah.
Way too heavy-handed that, hey, this is going to be important.
Yeah, but then it wasn't important.
But don't beat me over the head with it, you know.
But it wasn't, was it? It was just the fact that the slime wanted to hear it, or the moss wanted to hear it. That was the only thing.
Yeah, that was it. Like, so, yeah, Tendi's whole story is that after Second Contact,
right.
you know, that the whole black sludge rage thing erupted on the Cerritos. Hi, Jarrett. Hi, Tim.
Hi, Tim. Welcome in, darling.
But, you know, and so the ship's in disarray, but after the first episode of the season ever came to a close, they went to the bar, they had a drink, and we pick up after that. They get stuck in a lift for a few hours. Tendi has to pee in a corner, but they're just there enjoying each other's company, and like, at that point, they're all such new friends, and it's so cute watching them.
This was the best bit, I think, overall, in terms of like...
It was really heartfelt. This is why we love these characters. And then Shax opens up the lift and scares the shit out of them, which is, I just love it so much.
Why is this picture not loading?
Shax has no chill. Like, I'm here to rescue you!
And Boyman appease himself. That's all right, Tim. We're just glad you're here, darling. It's nice. But yeah, that was gorgeous. The way that they all, like, they didn't get stressed about it. They all just hung out together. And, like, what Tendi remembers about her first day on the ship is that. Not the whole, like, actual debacle that happens, but, like, just that.
She got to pump a human heart with her hands.
She did. I know. As a doctor, you'd think that would be pretty memorable. But she's like, no, just hanging out with my new best friends in the lift was... What did it for me? And it was cute.
It was very wholesome.
I love the way that they were lying on each other's bellies in like a square. They looked like a hashtag.
They were in Ouroboros.
It was
Ouroboros. Ouroboros.
They were so cute. I was just adorable. And Boyman was just like, just full on out, which made me laugh. But yeah, that was sweet. It was really lovely. And then it basically, the slime's like, oh, the power of friendship. Will you be my friend? Because I have no friends. And they're like, yeah, sure, man. And then they explain...
No, they're like, yeah, we're here to study you.
Yeah.
Like...
we want to get to know you. And he's like, okay, you can study me as long as you keep telling me stories. Then they all start talking over each other, which I thought was quite funny. But yeah, that was that whole episode. I thought it was
Well,
okay.
we do find out that it was just a Vendorian.
Oh yeah. Morality test.
So it was a bit of a cop out in the end because it's like it wasn't the whole thing that we thought it was. It just went back to this thing that was in the first story, and I was like, eh.
Yeah, and I know why they did it, because like obviously Roddenberry wrote the original series to each episode to be a morality play.
Yeah.
So I get the link, but at the same time I was over it. I was not enjoying it at all. I was like, meh, this is gonna go back to our toucan picture. Yay. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't not enjoy it. I just didn't love it, and I could have taken the season without it, basically. And
it was total filler. We didn't really get anything from it.
No. We had some nice moments for each of the characters, but none of them grew. Like we've already seen them in these situations. Like Mariner has very much grown up, apart from that one episode that kind of went backwards a bit in Pa Ferengi. Like Boimler has, like I said before, he's very much in charge. Tendi is starting to realize that she does have feelings for Rutherford, even if she doesn't want to admit it. Rutherford is completely oblivious to that. He has no idea, which is so cute.
I think they're both oblivious to it.
Yeah. And he's more and more realizing, I think, that he is very capable, which is really nice.
I think now they've done the Path Ferengi thing. Now then, they're never going to make them a couple, or if they
they better do, dude. I'm gonna be.
I feel like they use that to just make them purely platonic.
No, I think they did that to drop the hint.
Tim, we feel like it was a filler episode. There was no main overarching plot development. There was no major character development. It's like you easily just could have the season without it.
Yeah.
It was. Some of the stories were nice. It was a nice enough episode. I think it was unremarkable.
I think had they made
I'm unlikely to remember this as an episode, to be honest.
Exactly. Had they made one of the stories, like, for example, Rutherford's, the A story of the week, and then had a B story going on with the Cerritos, I think it would have been a good episode. Because the Rutherford story had potential, and it was fun, and it was nice to see those two as a pair. We don't get those two together ever. And it was cute. So had that been the main story, and they did something else with the B story, I think it would have been good. But the way it was done, I don't know. You liked it that much, Don?
Imagine like the main episode had been centered around all four of them plus Ta'ana going on an away mission. Rutherford getting pregnant.
Yeah.
And Ta'ana is preparing to do the cesarean. Yeah, she's preparing to do the cesarean. And they all have to tell stories about caves to keep his mind off
of it. Yeah.
The cesarean. Like, that could have worked great.
Yeah, but it felt like a cop-out in the end of the Vendorians, so I don't know. Yeah. If they're going to have...
Duncan wants to know what our favourite Star Trek series are.
Lower Decks. Without a doubt, Lower Decks for me. I grew up on The Next Generation, so I love The Next Generation. It will always have a soft spot in my heart. Thursday nights were sacred to me on BBC Two. It had The Simpsons, Next Generation, and then Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It was my favourite day. If anyone came into my bedroom during that time, woe betide them. I was mad. And then we all know what yours is.
Deep Space Nine. Deep Space, it's not a secret, chat. I'm the biggest fan of Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, he very much is. He never shuts up about Deep Space Nine.
Literally never. Some of my book recommendations, you've got the Section 31 series. You take some characters from every era, so TOS, TNG, DS9, which is just Bashir doing more Section 31 stuff.
Yeah.
Voyager. The Voyager story is amazing because you learn that there was a Section 31 agent on the ship that died a few years ago.
Oh, wow.
It's a really, really cool story. There's a whole Mirror Universe series with some Voyager characters in. There's the Millennium trilogy for Deep Space Nine, which I absolutely recommend. And then you've got the Mission Gamma, which is all the post-Season 7 DS9 stuff. Really recommend it.
He knows his DS9. He really does. We also, both of us, really love Strange New Worlds. It's just freaking great. It's what Trek
And I do adore
be.
Lower Decks as well. Like, I love Lower Decks. And I loved the third season of Picard as well. So
I also really love Prodigy. I just love it.
yeah,
I love
Prodigy
it so
is
much.
great. Really like Prodigy.
I
Most of what happens in the episodes, I've mostly forgotten. But
I love it so much. I just Hollow Janeway is one of my favorite characters of all of Trek at this point. I love her. I love Hollow Janeway.
Voyager just doesn't stand up to scrutinization anymore. Like
I haven't rewatched
the
it.
quality. Yeah, I have rewatched it as an adult, and the quality just isn't there. It just there are so many crap episodes in Voyager.
Oh really?
But then like the best episodes really do shine.
Okay.
It's just there is so much shit you've got to wade through before you get to the good stuff. Like the episode where Chakotay's boxing aliens in his mind. It's just like
I remember that. Yes, Slam.
Why?
Yeah, Prodigy's coming back. Netflix has saved it. Season 2 is going to be on Netflix. We haven't got any dates yet, but we just know that it has been saved, so that's good.
Annoyingly, I don't have Netflix at the moment, so
I'll put it on Discord and you can watch it with me.
Oh yes, we can do that.
We can have Discord watch party. That's what we'll do. But yeah, so that was both the episodes. We have time left to talk about your charity stuff. So do you want to talk about your charity stuff and let people know?
Yeah, thank you. So I am currently fundraising for Blue Cross. They're an animal charity. They do a lot of amazing work in the UK, from rescuing animals, through operating hospitals and improving pets' health, and also supporting people that need help with their pets and their animals, whether that be medical or advice or just services. So yes, I'm fundraising for them for the next week and a half. I'm moving on to cats protection, doing some fundraising there in November. They're doing a whole campaign about rescuing cats from domestic violence cases, so whole thing there. But yes, Blue Cross, there is a lot of stuff going on. I'm playing party animals on stream. This is over on Twitch. Get mic'd over there, so check it out. Playing party animals, and I've got some party animals game codes to give away, so if you like that game. Just Dance 2024 is launching next week, so I'm an ambassador for Ubisoft, so I've got to go in there and play it sometime. I've also got some game codes for that to give away. And if we reach, we're like £50 away from my current milestone for my cat Chloe to take over the stream for a whole stream.
Amazing.
Yeah. Treats, laser pens, feathers, boxes, playing. Yes,
see you later, Don.
Check it out. Goodbye, Don. Thanks for hanging out. So check out twitch.tv/getmiked. And I'm also GetMiked OW on Twitter as well. You can find my details.
We're both mad cat people, yes, chat.
We are both mad cat people. I've just got one now.
Me too.
And she's my world. So I'll see you on stream.
You can look at the start of the stream, Naomi, because she's on
Chloe was here at the very start of stream. She said hello.
Yeah.
She's run away because she's jealous that I'm talking to people.
Yeah, Addy rung me earlier while he was at work, and my cat bit me. As soon as I stopped talking to him and I started talking to Addy on the phone, Bubbles was like, "Oi!" bit me. I was like, "All right, rude." But yeah, so yes, Ryan, I saw what you said. If they do bring Tendi and Rutherford together, it's likely to be in the last ever episode. I feel like you might be right, buddy. I feel like you might be right. Which would devastate me because I want some time with them together. Would the host know about the Axanar case with CBS Paramount? I don't. Do you know?
Axanar? Oh, Axanar rings a bell. Let me just have a look.
He'll research for you, Eggsy. And welcome, Eggsy. It's nice to see you.
Oh, yeah, it's one of the fan maids that Paramount is shutting down. So unfortunately, Paramount CBS are kind of famous
litigious
for shutting down fan-made productions, and unfortunately, Axanar is one. And if they want to shut it down,
they will.
It's gonna be shut down. And it's a real shame because like these things have so many Trek actors, alumni. They're made with so much love.
Yeah.
Paramount could easily just embrace them as art, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's sad. It is really sad when that happens. Because sometimes people will find fan-made stuff before they find the real stuff, and then they'll go and watch the real stuff because they enjoyed the fan
100%.
stuff. So
If anything, it's just stuff to
counterproductive.
watch whilst you're waiting
Whilst
for
you're
more
waiting.
content.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
And
Yeah.
we are going to have a big break where we don't have anything because of the strikes, you know? Like, after Disco 5, we're going to have a while before Strange New Worlds is on, and they've only just started the Starfleet Academy thing, so it got too big and made too much attention. Oh, that's so sad. That's so sad.
Yeah, it will be more likely that we get Lower Decks Season 5 before we get the Section 31 or Strange New Worlds Season 3.
I agree. It's going to be a while.
Oh my god, I love Chocolate Labs. My parents have one called Charlie, and he's just massive. He's like part dog, part horse. He does not know his own size. And honestly, he's got a thing about going between your legs and just staying there. But you could ride him. You could literally ride
We've got
him.
2 Tims in the chat. It's like a clone situation going on over here.
Multi-Tim.
I know. But anyway, join us next week because it is the penultimate episode this week on Thursday. So make sure you watch it.
Ooh.
Talking
about next week.
Okay, go.
MCM Comic Con in London next week.
Oh my god, it is next week, isn't it?
Yeah, it's next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, Trek Central will be there on Friday and Saturday, so come and see us. There are still tickets available. MCM Comic Con in London. We have 2 panels. I'm hosting a sci-fi quiz.
Yeah.
And we've got a meet and greet. So please come and check us out.
And Jack has a meet and greet as well.
And Jack's also got a separate meet and greet as well, so...
Yeah, make sure you go. There's still tickets available. It's going to be amazing. It's in the Excel Centre in London, which if you haven't been there before, the MCM Comic Con is amazing. There's lots of other great things going on as well. So lots of nerd culture-y things to get involved with and take part in.
Yes,
and also cosplay.
I'm going to buy all the Star Trek stuff. I will be dressing
speaking of,
I got a mug! Cosplay.
I got a mug, guys. I'm so happy. Jack came to EGX.
Since I always have purple hair, I will be at MCM as Boimler. So
yeah, we've seen his cosplay.
I've even got a Lower Decks. I've got the... I don't think I've showed it to you.
You've shown me?
The T-88. I've got the T-88 tricorder with the purple stripe. That's a
awesome.
Lower Deck reference there.
He's ready. He's ready.
I am ready. Eggsy says, any word or speculation on Star Trek Legacy? Nothing.
Not yet. They said nothing about it at Comic-Con. Literally nothing, Eggsy. We were like waiting for some kind of word, but there was nothing. Nothing.
Which was
sad.
Hey, up in Yorkshire.
I know. But yeah, Jack finally got me a cup. He came to EGX, and I did a little talk on a stage. And then when I got off stage, Jack was stood there with a Trek Central mug. So I finally got one, and I'm very happy.
And I'm getting mine on Friday when I see Jack and Co. So I'm very excited.
But yeah, I love my mug. I love my mug. It's good. But I will be here on Sunday. Hopefully you'll be back. If not, it might be me and Turner.
I should be back in time. Yeah, I should be back in time.
And we'll be talking about the penultimate episode. If you are watching in the VOD, hi guys, nice to see you. We appreciate you, VOD Squad. Make sure you put your favourite episode moments from the last 2 episodes in the comments so we can come down and join you and see what you liked, because we do like to do that. We'll be there throughout the week checking out what you guys say.
Absolutely.
And don't forget to
leave the like. Yeah, don't forget to leave a like.
I remembered. I always forget that. You always have to tell me. But yeah, other than that, have a wonderful rest of your week, my beauties. Hopefully some of you will make it to MCM to see this lot rock the stage. They're gonna be amazing.
I've got my sparkly green Quizmaster jacket to wear as well.
I need lots of photos. You better fill the Discord with pictures.
I hope people do take pictures.
Yes.
Slamister's actually going, so...
Slam, take loads of photos. I need to see them. I need to see them. And we'll look at them next week on stream. That's what we'll do. Okay.
Yes, we should totally do
Live long and prosper, my beauties. It was wonderful seeing you as always. We will catch you next week or at MCM, depending on what's going on. Have a lovely week. Bye.
Peace and on life, friends.